Hello guys, today's video is about Marauders. Marauders is an extraction shooter, the genre brought to fame and popularity by Escape from Tarkov. The core gameplay is awesome. Going into a match with friends to kill AI, loot and then fighting for your lives to extract is clean. The gunplay is good, slightly more difficult than your typical COD game. It's not the best, but it strikes a nice balance between difficulty, fun and feel. Once you extract, the other half of the game begins. Choosing a loadout, managing your inventory and crafting. These systems are okay, but suffer a bit from lack of cohesion. Your inventory space is way too small for the amount of contract and crafting there is to do. It lacks a player-driven market, and the items and materials are not particularly memorable. The quest system is average. It's mainly held back by a lack of good UI to be able to tell what needs to be done next, what reward you just received, and of course, the aforementioned lack of inventory space. One thing I avoided discussing up to this point is the space combat. This is clearly a feature that the developers want to have to differentiate the game. Space combat and exploration is cool, however, this part of the game could use some work. For example, what is the point of ship-to-ship combat? It seems like when you disable someone's ship, it just invites them to board and you kill you in your own ship. In many ways, taking the time to be good at space combat and winning battles provides no advantage, which is strange. This is a part of the game that has the potential to be a competitive differentiator amongst the inevitable increase in upcoming extraction shooters, but currently the state of it is not very cohesive and fitting with the other parts of the game. Maps get a bit repetitive, but that's just because there is not a lot of additions to the game yet obviously, but I know it'll get there. Player base is small, but I'm assuming that's due to early access category. Game is fun and rewarding, with still having the intensity of the punishment elements if you die, but it's not too punishing. You don't have to worry about spending all day on a quest just to have it ruined and starting over, which is nice. Easy to gain money and gear, and the crafting is a great mechanic as well, but I personally feel there could be more things added into them there to make a QoL a bit more there. Finally, the elephant in the room, the player vs player combat and difficulty. This is both the mechanic has the potential to add the most excitement to the gameplay, while also exemplifies the gross negligence for accessibility. In each match you are forced to join with other players who usually will aim to kill you, as nothing incentivizes them not to, wipe interaction or game mechanics. Having the constant fear of an encounter and the true challenge of facing human opponents is awesome. However, the developers need to understand that not everyone wants to and can compete with players and AE who are so far ahead of their own skill level. The developers should implement the right to choose difficulty and the option to play with others at the bare minimum for features to make sure that the game is accessible to all people. It can be very difficult to identify friend from foe since there aren't tons of customization options. Locating people via sound can be tightened up slightly, mostly in the close mid-range. NPCs can spawn literally on top in the middle of your group due to odd spawning locations mechanics. Finally, the controls can be streamlined a bit or add more options, like a quick drop on your current held item, select and move multiple in inventory, toggle lean and some others. Lastly, if there is not gonna be any map, then perhaps better landmarks in the compounds. Finding the bar is a nice, aha, here I know where we are. moment to ground you, but there are little other landmarks that stick out like that. Overall, get this game to have a blast with friends, and if you're excited to keep up with what's to come, keeping in mind you never know if the devs will go on in the right direction. So guys, this is the end of our review. I'm really appreciative of your attention, of your feedbacks, and I'll see you next video. Bye!